What's up, guys? So today, on this episode, or whatever you want to call it, I'm going to be putting coilovers on the 77 Civic. Here it is, in its freaking glory and beauty. The only company that makes coilovers for this car, BC. Obviously, they're great. What's really funny about it is the spring rates. The spring rates are like 2,000 for the rear and like 4,000 for the front. Something like incredibly soft because the car weighs literally nothing and it's tiny. One thing I kind of do want to get a comparison of is the roof line, because right now the roof line is super crazy. I'm like 5'10 and a half, 5'11. It's like mid chest for me, like sternum height. So I hope that it'll get maybe like here-ish. That'll be super cool. So I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jack the car up now. I'll take the wheels off and we'll see how this goes. Really shouldn't be that bad because coilovers are coilovers, struts are struts. It's all pretty easy. Real quick, I just want to show you something that I just found that's very funny. Might take me a second to get you set up here, but I don't know if you noticed it in the time lapse or not, but I could lift the back of this up. That's crazy. So before, when I said all coilovers are coilovers, all struts are struts, I was right about this. All brakes are not brakes. This is probably the weirdest setup I've ever seen. There's no like caliper. I mean, I guess this is considered a caliper, but it just is a plate that I don't know, man. This thing is strange. But here you can see the one nut that the one bolt that I was talking about here. Up top, you can see the 3. That's pretty standard. For most cars is 3. Sometimes it's 4. So I'm probably gonna start with the fronts just because I'm here already. And then I'll move on to the rears. I'm not sure how to get to the rears yet. I haven't really looked, but fronts are always the easiest to start. So yeah, let's get this going. So now I'll do a quick little unboxing. I kind of already opened it because I was way too excited to see these. It took just over a month and a half, almost 2 months to get them in. I'm sure that they don't do these coils very often. So I'll check them out. There they are, BC. This is actually my first set of BC coilovers. They do such a nice job with packaging. I mean, who doesn't love when packaging peanuts are in bags? Because these are the worst thing in the world. They get everywhere. They're full of static. They suck. So everything's wrapped. You know, this is great. So you can see these are the fronts because the back is the clamp type there. So I will get these all set. I'm not sure of ride height. I want to absolutely slam this thing. So I guess we'll see. We'll see where we're at. I don't really know where to set these. Maybe I'll just kind of set them mid, and then and kind of go from there. Where are the spanner wrenches? Oh, they're there. yeah, I guess we'll set them mid-range and see where they're at, or I can compare them when I actually get them over to the car. So just kind of checking everything out. The way I like to do it, that was a crazy angle, I'm sorry. The way I like to do it is take the bottom off first and then the top. No real rhyme or reason. The reason why I like to do it is because the bottom will be disconnected, and then all you have to do is take the 3 bolts out of the top and the whole strut will come out. Usually there's this clip on there, and I already got this partially done because I can't do it one-handed. It's just a retainer clip for your brake line. I've never seen that either. Maybe it goes in and it takes this one out. So I got the bottom bolt out. It's gonna be on the back of your strut here. It's loose right now. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and take these out. Sorry. I'm gonna take these out, and then hopefully this will drop enough, and I'll be able to kind of shimmy this thing around. So let's see if it works. I think that's gonna do the trick. Nothing in there? Maybe it'll do the trick. Kind of smells like mouse in here, which I'm kind of bummed about because I did my best to avoid all of that. So I guess right now what I have to do is I have to kind of push down on this to get it to break, and then I'll be able to lift the strut out and kind of jimmy it out of there. I think I'm gonna have to pry this open a little bit more. I know I'm only using a flathead, it's just because I'm nervous of this material, I guess. So you can see that it was the case that this does not come apart, which is weird because it has the retainer clip, so I figured it probably just comes out and then one half is open. So what I'm having to do is cut this tab enough to where I could snake this out. It's almost there, as you can kind of see. I don't know if it's going to focus, but it's very close. I'm being cautious enough to cut, and then I just take my needle nose and I kind of just wiggle the rest out because I really don't want to nick the brake line. These seem really crazy. I'm going to end up getting new ones from probably Rock Auto, because Rock Auto is the only one that carries parts for this thing. That was hell. It really was. It shouldn't have been that hard. But it was, and that's okay. So what I actually had to end up doing was cutting the coil. Luckily, these struts were super blown. So there was virtually no pressure on the coil. So I cut the coil. Here's the old one. You can see the coil's loose. The extra coil that I cut off is right there. So now I guess what I'm going to do is this. That looks about even now. So what I think, I'm going to bring this up probably about 1 inch. Also, another thing, don't lower it with this. This is your preload. BC has these set already for a good preload. I would suggest not messing with it. It's factory, it's where it should be. You lower it with this and spin this up to actually bring the shock body down into this. So, little tip. And just like that, they're on. So what I like to do is, I usually use the impact to get everything on initially, and then just to double check peace of mind, I like to hit it with just the hand wrench, hand driver. So I'll get everything on nice and tight, just double check everything. This is tight, but I want to make sure that that's not going to move, so I'm going to tighten up this also. And then as far as that, there's no other connection down here for me to worry about. The other one, take my impact, make sure everything's tight. Then I will, I'll get the wrench out, I'll tighten them up again. I take the supplied Allen, make sure these are good, that's tight. Remember, these you don't have to go crazy on. I have no idea where to set this yet. I'm probably going to set it, I mean, pretty much where it is good. You have these two indication marks, and that'll let you know, let's see if I can get this on there, that'll let you know where your camber is at, so if you want to adjust it back and forth, you can. There we go. That side's on. I'm not going to put the wheel on because it is attached by a sway bar, and if you try and put the wheel on, it'll start pulling this side. That side goes all crazy. It's just not, it's not very fun at all. So I'm gonna fast forward, get the other side on, and I guess we'll do a little YouTube magic. So we're on. Got everything tight, everything's snug. This looks really low, actually. I guess we'll see when I finally bring it down what it's all about, but this looks very low. So I'm gonna throw a tire on and see what it looks like under no load, and then that'll, I mean, I guess it doesn't really tell you because you don't really know what anything's gonna look like under no load. It really doesn't look that crazy, which makes me think I should go lower. Probably won't. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna go lower. Always start your lug nuts by hand. That way you have zero chance of cross-threading. Because, yeah, a cross-threaded lug, that's no good. So that's why if you watch other YouTubers and stuff, they'll always start a lug nut. Maybe not by hand, maybe they'll start it like this, but they're always going to start like this. They're never going to just rip the impact on there, because that's how you cross-thread, and then you're screwed. And since this is 4x120, you're always going to want to tighten your lug in a cross pattern. If you have 5 lug, you do it in a star pattern, and you know, other lugs, obviously you do it in a star pattern, but you always want to do across from each other, across from each other, and that way you know your wheel's on, it's safe. And then in about 50 miles or so, You double check it, make sure it's all tight, and you're good to go. As I was saying before, most cars have 2 nuts up top. Most cars have 3 nuts up top, maybe sometimes 4. Usually it's that. It's never normally different. Of course, the Civic is different. The rear has 2. I got a little frantic because I've never seen 2. Luckily, these have 2. So basically gonna do the same thing here. Sorry, that was another weird angle. I suck at this today. There's these 2 bolt holes here. Actually, there's 4. I'm positive it's only the top 2 that I take out. Okay, that is terrible. Surprisingly, there's this tiny bit of modification that you have to do. I don't know if it's my car. I don't know if it's the coilovers. I don't know how many people are really even gonna watch this because I don't think too many people are putting coilovers on these cars. I destroyed my finger doing this. So you're welcome. But really, this piece here, hold on, let me put this on the ground. These little ears here, you really see that? I had to grind it down just a little bit on the very edge because where the trailing arm, where the A-arm, here on the inside, it has a small lip, and it doesn't clear that. Again, I don't know if it's my car, very possible, or if it's the coilover. So I got the wheels on. All I have to do is sweep under it. Already, you can tell how much lower it is, just from the wheel gap. So I'm gonna put the back down. Let's see. Yeah, I'm psyched. That doesn't look that crazy. That kind of bums me out. Maybe when the weight comes off the front. I gotta lift this thing again. That's too funny. Sorry. That was probably loud as hell. It's like, is it gonna stop? Here's the real view. luckily I have a ton more to go down. I'm pretty happy with it. It's definitely a lot lower than it was. So you could see it was right about here before, so it's pretty significantly low. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna want to go more. This looks sick. Obviously they have to settle a little bit. Yes, coilovers do settle. I want to hear it. We'll see how stiff it is. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. This is pretty sick. I'm not as excited as I thought I would be, honestly. Sorry, that's kind of a bummer. Should be getting my wheels back, I think, in the next week or so. I probably should put the wheels on and then dial in the ride height. That would make a lot more sense. So I guess with that, we'll call it a day. Thanks for watching, guys.